So it's what is it? 2:13 in the morning. I've been up since 11:30, 12 o'clock.
Yeah, and I just got woken up by guess what?
The very loud explosion.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've been watching. I let the boys sleep, and I've been watching and keeping track of everything that's going on. Could hear all the explosions. Could hear all the sounds. I've been following everything, and I actually saw the sky with all that red light.
Yeah, so to explain what she was saying, we've got Iranian Shahed drones over Kiev right now, and we're here in this lovely location because it's something called the rule of two walls,
Yeah.
right?
So we're this is this is where we save ourselves. I don't know where Igor is. I think he's in the bathroom.
Igor, well, there's at least two walls in the bathroom, so that's pretty good. So the idea is that except for when there's a proper missile strike or something where they send off the sirens and you're supposed to go to a real shelter, it's best to be somewhere where you have at least two walls around you so that you can't be hit by glass or any debris from outside for the most part. So
this is just the walkway between the rooms and the bathrooms.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll get to have a nice hallway party tonight.
Yeah.
So welcome to Kiev.
We just got again the notification that there are more explosions, and see, there it is.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So we're just gonna sit here for a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's interesting. It's interesting that nobody is running down. I've been watching. Nobody's going to the metro. Everybody's at home, I guess.
Yeah.
They're just.
I'm guessing that that's more going to be in response to missiles than the drones, or when the drones start actually hitting as opposed to just being shot down in the sky.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll sit in the corridor here.
All right. Cheers.
Hello, we are in Kiev, Ukraine. Today is May 8th, 2023. We're finally here, all three of us, and we had the most interesting experience arriving here and making it to the apartment. And now the Three Musketeers are here, and we are ready to present episode number 4.
First one altogether.
First one altogether.
So the first thing we did is we went to a market. There was a farmer's market down the street. And it was amazing. It was huge, full of people. Everything is there. I couldn't stop buying things. I had to really control myself. But it was really fun. It was really nostalgic, and I really enjoyed every minute of it. And boys were carrying all the bags because I was loading things.
Yeah, we had to make a few trips actually.
Yeah,
back and forth.
but it was fun.
What was the craziest thing about that place, though?
That had everybody there, a lot of people, right? What did you think?
Yeah, a lot of people moving around, smiling at each other, acting like there's nothing, no care in the world. It felt like a farmer's market we come across in Los Angeles or something, except different foods.
And I have to mention that I tried to speak Ukrainian, but I would constantly turn into Russian and did not feel a second of any kind of animosity towards me speaking Russian. Everybody's speaking Russian. So nothing really, really major happened with that.
Comparing to the Los Angeles markets, I think there were a lot more dogs here than in Los Angeles. Somehow in Los Angeles, it is dangerous to bring dogs to the farmer's market.
And also no cars. We had cars going right through the middle of the pedestrian farmer's market. People just get out of the way.
Oh, and Ron tasted pickles, pickled apples, pickled tomatoes.
Yeah,
right?
pickled everything.
Yeah.
Apparently that's common.
And all kinds of sausages.
So one of the stranger occurrences we had today was we walked past the beautiful, I think it's the Kiev Opera House is the name of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not only are there performances going on tomorrow and the day after, but as we were filming, and you should be seeing a clip right now, of this opera house, the air raid alarm went off, and you'll see people are walking up and down the street like nothing is happening.
And sitting in the restaurants and eating.
Exactly. So definitely like the farmers market. You think there's not a war here, even when the darn sirens are going.
And we were, Ron and I were standing and looking at each other and going, what do we do? Should we run into the metro?
Yeah.
And I said, there's a metro station right here.
Mhm.
We can run. And then we actually
Kept on
ended up
filming.
not
Yeah, exactly.
going.
A very high priority item.
keep calm and keep them filming.
Hmm.
So as we passed the opera theater, we ended up in the Golden Gate, where we met Liz, a volunteer who's helping us with the Sister City project. We had lunch. She is the most wonderful, interesting person. We will edit and publish our interview with her later on. Then we proceeded to the San Sofia Cathedral, took some pictures there, and then went on to the St. Michael's golden top, golden roof cathedral. And
Beautiful.
there was the place where there's a exhibition of Russian military hardware that was burned down near Kiev and destroyed. And as we were admiring it, there was a British man from which organization was he?
NAFO, North American Fellows Organization.
We were talking to him at length, and then a 74-year-old American came from California, and he was telling us about his adventures. He moved to Poland and spending a lot of time in Ukraine volunteering again. So we had a very long and very, very interesting, engaging conversation with them.
Yeah, it was a really beautiful thing because we were here. We've come from across the world to be, aid bringers to Ukraine. And right as we're in the middle of our filming, another person who's come from across the world to supply aid to Ukraine talks with us. And while we're talking to him, a third person who's come from across the world, who's also bringing aid to Ukraine, came and talked to us. So you really felt like there's the intense global reach of this effort.
But it was interesting for us to see, because we thought that we were doing some extremely risky thing by coming here. And then we see all these people on the streets, people that are Americans and Australians and Brits, and they're here and they're trying to volunteer, help whichever way they can. People cannot ignore what's happening in this part of the world. And it's extremely interesting that people are brave enough to just get up and do what they believe in.
There are many foreigners here. We stopped for a biological break at the Intercontinental Hotel, and we saw a lot of foreigners talking to each other, exchanging pictures, meeting with military type personnel. So there's a lot of things going on here, and good things, I suppose. And altogether, we walked for about 5 miles a day, maybe more, and definitely enjoyed this nice brisk walk around the city.
Yeah, if you're going to go to Ukraine, wartime or peacetime, go with locals. Seems like. No.
And then we came home, and my childhood friend from my school came. She is a widow, and she has a son who is volunteer. Also, he's in charge of volunteer organization. But she came here and she cooked for 4 days to bring us all this homemade food so that we could enjoy something. And it was extremely touching and very emotional. And this is the way people are.
And the girls emptied a half-a-liter bottle of vodka. So
I'm still alive. So this is day one, I would say. This is the end of day one. And I think we feel very good and very happy and calm.
Definitely energized by seeing how many people are out here.
No need for any calming medication. And hopefully we will have a peaceful night. Maybe we can all sleep for a change.
Would be nice.
Yeah. But altogether, I think we all feel very good and looking forward to another day tomorrow. I mean, if we keep this energy, I don't know how we're going to make it for another 10 days.
Well, we'll definitely need more bottles of vodka.
That's not a problem.
That's for sure.
By the way,
there's no shortage.
The supermarkets are full of food. There's lots of food.
Yeah.
And we've been eating very well.
I mean, Igor noticed that during COVID, America had more shortages on the shelves than we're seeing here in Kyiv.
Absolutely. Yeah. And there's toilet paper.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, we want to keep it short because there's a lot of other interesting stuff going on. We have a full day tomorrow, a lot of meetings. So we're going to end right now. And as usually we say, Slava Ukraini.
Slava
You-
Ukraini. Героям слава.
Yeah.
Portable Starbucks.